So this is going to be only slightly terrifying because like I say, I've got a backup now. Where is the Malbers? Put that on port. Right, so I've got backups. Let's go into the package manager. I know this is going to cause problems, possibly that might take me a while to solve. So I've got 39B. I'm not sure what. What have I done? Where the... Oh, I'll set that downloading. I'll copy this into a text file. Where's the download progress? Why do they keep changing things and making them worse? Alright. Re-download. Alright, it was there. I'll just re-download it just to make sure. I think we've got time to make a coffee here. And like I said, I know this is going to cause problems. So I will have a quick look at the hierarchy of assets of what's included, just to see what's being added, what's being changed, just to see. And if I remember, I mean, it's a few years, well, it's like 3 or 4 years since I first installed this in a project, and then I've been copying the project over because I got a good flying dragon with all this sound effects, etc. And then all of a sudden with this project, that's not true. And I actually did a build in between the last video and this one. I did a build, and it builds okay, and it basically flies the same as it does in the play mode. Right, we're ready to import, and oh, it looks... So it's changing the colours. I don't mind that, changing the colours back to default. menu's changing. That's possibly because I think it's now in Tools and it previously was in Create Game Object. Pulling horses, pull wagon, pull. Mounts, mount triggers, dismount behavior, oh, there we go. So the Unity shaders changing the unlit. HDRP, oh that's HDRP 16, I'm using 17. I mean, I'll go for it, I'll take it, see if it works. I think we have to install this then after. And now there's just too much to be. No, the wings weren't in the play mode, in the build. The wings they weren't folding right. So I mean, I think this is basically just a case of do it and hope for the best. Which is that. Yes, just do it. The thing is, it might have deleted some files, so I think that's possibly where the console errors were coming from, because it's duplicating some things, coding things that I know not of. I do want, one of the main reasons I want to do this is so that I can upgrade Cinemachine, the camera system. Because last time I tried upgrading it, before I started recording these videos, I had to downgrade it again because it caused some issue. I can't remember what issue it was. I should really take a few courses to learn more about this, because I mean, when you're re-importing stuff, does it wipe the old stuff, or is the old stuff, the old settings kept in the prefabs that are within the scene? I mean, if that's the case, can you actually delete the dragons altogether and then re-import everything, and then it'll take the settings from the assets from the prefabs in the scene, in the hierarchy. These are basics that I should know, but I don't. Which is basically why this is a hit and miss. Hope for the best. Get down on your knees and pray. Come along now. Pause this. There we go. See what console errors we've got. We're bound to have some. Yes, we've got loads. Yeah, I think the common folder is a part of. I think you have to. That's to do with the app, the horse animation. You have to delete that folder and then re-import the app again, and then I think it's time for the third-person controller himself. Oh, there we go. It's a new. Yeah, there's not a new one in there. New menu in there. Where's the yeah, I mean, I can live with that. Must remember not to touch anything while it's... So, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go for the next update. Upgrade the package manager. Ervil. Ervil the Wyvern. And we've got version 4. This is version 4. How come? There must be something amiss here, because it's saying that this one is version 4. I've got version 4. But update scenes and prefabs for AC147. Right, so I've been getting emails saying that he's, for the last several months, but to be honest, basically, stating that he's upgraded this and he's upgraded basically everything. So I can't understand why it's still version 4, unless he's not marking them as different versions and he just adds things like these release changes and leaves the version as it is. He must do that, because I've definitely seen him upgrade everything, basically. That was the same with the Dragon as well. That was 3.9A, B or something like that. And I know they've been upgraded. But I haven't read all this. What's this say? I think the animal controller is included with the app, which is the horse thing. I forget what it stands for. I'm going to pause this again while I import this. Well, that's installed that, and still to 21. It's in the common folder again. Let's hope that they stay there and that the app installation sorts it out. Let's have a look in the menu again, see if the... I'm looking because I had a quick check to see if there's a component Malbers. I had a quick check to see if there's yeah, you tell me and I'll tell you. An upgrade process, an update process, upgrade, whatever you want to call it. And I couldn't find anything, but I did see a menu where in tools there was Malbers animations, and you upgraded the H to HDRP. What asset that comes with is anyone's guess. Right, let's continue. I'll do the ultimate select next, I think. And then the app, horse animation set, that's what it stands for. Oh, yeah, and the animal controller comes with that, I think. We'll see when we install it. Package manager. Yeah, see this. Upgrading. Always back up your project. If you have trouble upgrading or if a script is causing errors, please remove the Malbers Animations Common folder and re-import the asset again. Yeah, let's hope that solves everything. And let's hope that they actually have changed things, because, like I say, I've been getting emails for months and saying that he's upgraded this, that and the other, and that he's added new assets to the store, and a new version of this, that or the other's been. I think last time I tried upgrading this in a previous project, that even after removing the common folder and re-importing this, that didn't change anything. Oh, I was just going to check that actually, and it says Unity 6 is supported. So that's one good thing. Again, I'll pause this while I install this. And so I just thought I'd keep a note of this. This asset requires these dependencies, so I'm going to click install and upgrade. So Cinema Machine was included in that, which caused problems, but let's see what happens. Again, I'm going to pause this. Right, the dependencies are installed, and I anticipate this is going to cause massive problems. But we don't have a choice. I'll pause it again and I'll come back when it's imported. Well, that's it. Let's check it out. 297 errors, 105 errors. Are they all coming from a common folder? Let's pray that they are. Let's hope that they are. And they are. So what we've got to do is delete the common folder. What's actually in there? It's everything basically. So I'm going to delete that and re-import. Again, I'm going to put this on pause. Right, so during the delete process, the game Unity crashed, and when I opened it up again, this is what we found. We've got an issue here, but I'm going to re-import and see what happens. I'm going to ignore this for the minute because I can't see why it should happen at all, to be honest. But let's re-import that common folder. Again, I'm going to pause while I install this. So we've re-imported. Let's check out the damage. So I've got 23 issues. Yeah, they're all input system related. I said to not activate that. I think if I start the project again, I'll have to activate it. I didn't want to change the inputs that I've already got because I can remember spending hours working the Xbox controller out and working all the settings and everything. But if I have to start again, I have to start again. So let's save. Exit, and when I start up again this time, it'll ask me if I want to activate that system. I'll just have to say yes. Pause it again until we get the message. I'll ignore those. Hopefully it asks to enable the input system. Otherwise I'll have to go do that manually, find it out, seek it out. Or I think I might have to reinstall it, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll pause it for now. Yeah, there it is, it's asking for it. Doing so will. Alright. This project is using the new input system package, but the native platform backends for the new input system are not enabled in the player settings. This means that no input for native devices will come through. Do you want to enable the backends? Doing this will. Yeah, that makes sense. Doing this will what? So I've just activated it and I have to solve the problem because the new app controller that requires it. So I'll have to start again learning the new system. Hopefully I can just copy some settings from the other project setting input file into the new one, but I'm not sure because I think I did have a look at the new one and it looked a bit, well, what's this? But most new things do, and I'm not into change, not when it's changing things like that change how you work and the results you're used to getting. Anyway, I'll pause it again until this is open. Well, that closed the project, that opened the project, closed it immediately and started opening it again. I'm presuming that's part of the process of activating the input system. But I did notice that the compiler errors, there was 66 and they changed from the common folder issues and input issues to the ones that I was actually expecting to do with the third person controller to the character. That's the Invector template, which I will be updating as well. But there's a integration process that you have to go through to get the Invector working with the animals, with the dragons, etc. I'll just having to I'm going to just have to go through that again. I'm going to have to find out what it is actually. I think it's basically about replacing a file. It's as simple as that. It's just you've got to. It's something that you have to really think about to make sure you get right, because you have to choose a specific one for a specific and put it in a specific place. Well, that should. We'll do that as it. We'll approach that as it happens. But for now, I think I'm going to end this video here, and oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's the Invector Melee combat script. Please don't start up again, and please solve that problem. How it hasn't solved that problem. I didn't usually check these because basically about VR, and I don't need that. If this is a post-processing thing. No. Right, so we've got 5 problems, and I think they're all... Oh, they're Ultimate Selector. So anyway, I'll return to those later. I'm actually going to install the Ultimate Selector again to see what happens after that. So I will just pause this and have a quick look, and then I'll close this video off. Well, I've installed the selector, and I have one error. I think I can delete that file though, possibly. Or it may cause other issues. Possibly. Has it solved the texture thing? Yeah. Oh no, it hasn't. That's still present. It's a near thing. It's probably to do with the GTS shader. Anyway, I'm going to save the project and come back to that next time. Catch you later.